What is going on, my friends? We are back on the Let's Play world. And for all of you that don't know, every episode I'm trying to build something even bigger and better than the one before. For example, last episode we built up this absolutely massive auto wool farm that houses 32 different sheep that have 2 of each color. So you might be wondering, what can I build even bigger today? Well, today we are going to build an awesome fishing docks down on the water that is going to hold all of our fishermen trading villagers. And we're also going to go find the end portal because it's about time we go kill that dragon. So the first thing I want to do today is actually head down to the skeleton farm because I want to get an axe that has some silk touch on it and also get a new pickaxe because we lost our Fortune 3 one. So I got an old Fortune 2 pickaxe and also this not very good axe. So I'm going to disenchant both of those and hopefully get the 2 things that I really want. Jumping straight down to the skeleton spawner, I was able to get the Fortune 3 pickaxe pretty quickly. But when it came to the silk touch axe, it took forever. But finally, I got it. Both the axe and the pickaxe are pretty used, so I got to repair these things with some diamonds. Now I know I could have made new ones and it would have costed less, but I was being kind of lazy. Now the reason I wanted to get this silk touch axe is because I want to find the stronghold. Not necessarily to kill the dragon today, but to hopefully find a library. And those libraries are full of very, very expensive bookshelves. And also if I harvest the bookshelves with silk touch, I won't need like 100 stacks of wood to craft them back into bookshelves. So I'm gonna go craft up some eyes of ender, but wait a second. Ouch. Are you subscribed? Well, if you're not, maybe you should hit that subscribe button. I mean, all I got is sticks in my hands, and I'd love to turn these to diamonds. So definitely hit that subscribe button. And if you're feeling extra generous, smash that like button. Let's get on with the episode though. Well, I've got my eyes of ender made, so let's see which direction we need to go. Ah, perfect, that way. Go grab this thing. Perfect, it did not explode, but it did go to the bottom of the water. Oh, I threw another, that's not good. So let's head maybe like 100 blocks this way and throw another. And another that way. Probably gonna have to hop out of the boat sooner than I thought. Throw another. Come on, give me my pearl back. Cross over this little river. Throw another. Where'd it go? Okay, it's right in front of us again. Oh, and it's right in the center of the tree. All right, I guess we're still going this way. I wonder if it's right under the village. One more this way, and yep, we're still going. I hope we're not like 10,000 blocks away from the nearest one. That will really suck. Oh, I think we found the stronghold. It's changing directions. Okay, let's go a little bit back this way. Where'd that go? Where is it? Okay, it's right here. All right, I'm gonna do a risky method, but we're gonna dig down. And I mean straight down. Hopefully we don't fall into lava, because that would really suck. Oh my goodness, that's not good. That's not good. That's not good. Oh gosh, that could have been really bad. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't dig straight down. Let it be a lesson. All right, let's go explore this thing though. Let me get some torches in my offhand. Oh my goodness, there's another one right there. Nothing down this way. Let's open this door. Let that guy out. Just slowly take him out. We're looking for a library. That's the goal. And to hopefully not get lost either. And we have found the end portal. Oh, that is so sweet. Let's get rid of these guys. I don't want to die. They don't do much damage, but they can knock me into lava. And they're really hard to hit. Yeah, we won't even have enough eyes of ender to fill this thing in. So we're gonna have to wait on that for another episode. Or maybe later. I'm still on the lookout for a library though. Okay, we got a chest right here. Nothing really good in it. I'll leave that for now. Check out this way. Okay, lots of doors. Nothing in there. Okay, we got a library. Oh, I'm so happy we found this thing. This is gonna be awesome. I'm sure there's some chests in here. Just gotta find them. Okay, we got one right here. What do we got in it? Just paper. Okay, nothing good. Gotta watch out for these cobwebs. Don't want to get trapped in them. Okay, here is the ladder. Go up. Is there a chest up here? No, there does not seem to be, but sweet. Yeah, I really wanted to find one of these libraries. Try to knock out all the cobwebs so I don't get stuck in them. Well, I got almost 3 stacks of bookshelves from clearing this thing out, and I actually happened to find a chest hidden in the corner upstairs, which was pretty nice because it had a Lear 2 and Unbreaking 3 book, which I will always take that Unbreaking 3. The Lear, maybe not so much. Once I finished clearing this one out, I decided to keep looking and hopefully to find another, which I did, which is awesome because now we're gonna maybe have 6 stacks of bookshelves. And I'm happy we're getting this much because man, they are so expensive to make. They take a ton of time and a lot of leather. Well, that's interesting. I found a mending book, but with cursive binding, which is fine because I think I would want it binded to the tool. Interesting. Oh, and we also have an amethyst geode, which is crazy because this is actually the first geode I found in this world. Hopefully we can find one a little bit closer to base, but I'll remember that's there. Well, I think I've pretty much explored this entire stronghold, and I made a few mistakes. I accidentally kept using my Fortune 3 axe to harvest the bookshelves, so I ended up with 5 stacks of books, but also almost 6 stacks of bookshelves. So I think I might use these in the future for enchanted books, and I guess a lot of them. Besides that though, I'm gonna dig a staircase all the way back up to the surface, so we have an easy way to get back down to the portal. And I'll probably just go right in the center of this room. You know, it felt like this tunnel was taking a lot longer to dig than it should have, and it's because we dug into the side of a mountain. It's alright though, let's head back to base. Well, I'm back at base and I got my inventory completely cleared out, but something I want to do real quick is actually combine these two axes. Not that way, I want to go this way. Ooh, and that is going to be a hefty price. I have exactly 22 levels. Perfect, yeah, I would never need Fortune 3 on my axe. So now I got an Efficiency 5 Silk Touch Unbreaking 3 axe, which is awesome, which I think also means it's time to turn that to netherite. So let's make a smithing table real quick. Let's grab 4 of these ancient debris. We need a few pieces of gold, 4 pieces. Smelt up this ancient debris. All right, we got the 4 netherite scrap melted, turn it into 1 netherite ingot, and turn this into a netherite axe. And guys, we officially have our first netherite tool. Oh, and of course it just has to start raining. The timing. I also really want to repair my diamond helmet because it's about to break. Sadly though, I do not have the levels to do so, but I do have tons of ore that I can break down to get some levels. And now that I actually have a Fortune 3 pickaxe again, means that it'll be worth it. Building a 3x3 tower that made its way almost 50 blocks into the air, I was sure this was going to give me enough levels to repair my helmet, and a lot more on top of it. And here's everything we got from the raw ore. We even got 9 diamonds, which I guess isn't too great considering we had 4 ore. Well, not terrible. Let's harvest this up and put it all away. And now I have 11 levels, so I can easily repair that. Throw that back on, and now it's time to get to work on the fishing docks. Jumping straight into this project, I needed to remove all the trees on this little peninsula. At first, it didn't seem like a lot of trees, but then I realized it's a little bigger of an undertaking than I thought. But I had to do it before I can work on anything else with these fishing docks. And I'm glad I did because I got a bunch of wood to work with when it comes to building. Well, all the trees have been taken care of, but there's still a little bit more clearing out to do. Like this sad and lonely villager hut. It needs to go. But that can wait until after we sleep so I don't get killed by any mobs in the middle of the night, because that would really suck. It's almost like it was never there. It's like I didn't destroy a peaceful villager's home. Well, I don't think anyone was living in it. Or at least I hope. Next up, I need to do a little bit of terraforming. I want to bring most of this peninsula down 2 to 3 blocks. Because right now I feel like it would be a little too high off the ground for it to be a fishing dock. I mean, look how much taller it would be than that seawall over there. Spending a little while clearing out all the dirt gave me some time to think about the plan for these docks. Normally I wouldn't do this, but I know it's going to be a larger project, so I thought it would be a good idea. Up in the top right, you can see a blueprint. Well, kind of a blueprint. The yellow line represents the outskirts of the docks, while the blue line represents the pathways, and all the red squares are going to be buildings. Currently there's 6 buildings listed on that, but I'm not totally sure I'm gonna have the room to put all those in, so there might be some changes. Now this project is going to be a 3-phase project. Phase 1 is going to be building the docks themselves and doing all the terraforming. Phase 2 will be moving on to the buildings themselves, which is going to be a huge undertaking, and then phase 3 will be all the final detailing, like adding in some trees, maybe a small field, or even some boats out in the water. But before I can start work on the docks, I need to collect some materials, specifically spruce. And yeah, I have none of it. Like not a single spruce log to my name. Heading straight over to the lumberyard, I put this brand new netherite axe to work. I bone mealed a bunch of 2x2 spruce trees and cut them all down to have enough wood, hopefully for this entire project. I mean, I feel like this should be good, but for some reason I get the feeling that it's not gonna be enough. But let's hope it is. Any spruce wood in these chests? Ooh, we got a little bit right there. Nothing really in there. Ooh, we got some bricks in here. I will definitely be using those. Now, when it comes to building the docks, the first thing I want to do is lay down some wood. This will give me a good idea of what the dimensions of the docks are going to be. So I just want to go 3 blocks up and then shoot some wood across the top, roughly 5 blocks wide, and then we'll bring up another post right here and then strip it all down. So we're left with something a little bit like that. Right here, I want it to come out a little bit, so I'm just going to go 1 block over, 5 blocks across, and then 2 blocks up. And once again, strip it all down. It's going to look pretty bland at first, but then we're going to come back through with some stone brick and fill in all the gaps. Well, that took a while, but sadly, there's still a lot more to be done with phase 1. First off, I want to put some subterranean storage areas down here that will sort of act like the areas that all the goods are kept after they come in. Because, I mean, it is a fishing docks after all, so I need to start working on that. And for the rest of these, I need to fill them in with some cobblestone and stone brick. Luckily, we have tons of that stuff from digging out this auto wool farm. All right, maybe not so much cobblestone because I used my silk touch when I was digging that thing out. Well, I've been getting some stuff done. First off, I got the seawall built behind the docks, and I think it turned out great. I also also got a little fence built up at the top of the seawall just to make sure we don't fall off or the villagers don't. I don't think the villagers are going to be able to walk around though. Well, I know for sure. Besides that, I also put a little split in the seawall because I think it would be pretty cool to put a little beach right there. Like I said, there was going to be changes made because nothing is final. Right now, the seawall is pretty much complete, which leaves me with the dock to build. I'm thinking I'm going to do a section right about here and then one right over there. So I'm just going to clear out a little bit of material, maybe just take some slabs like this, and that should be pretty good. Actually, you know what? I'm going to bring this out like 2 more blocks. Only this part though. Actually, we'll go 1 block out. Should add a nice little depth to the docks. Oh man, that sucks. All of this needs to be moved down 1 block because I want it flush with the water. All right, let's get rid of all this stuff. Well, I got everything moved down 1 block, and I also brought in some spruce slabs. Next up, I need to add in some beams because it's not going to look very good if this dock is just like completely floating, or at least in my mind. Well, I got all the posts put in, and I don't think I'm going to strip them down. I might in the future, but for now, it might just add a little bit of color difference. Nope, they're definitely too dark. Got to strip them down. Much better. Next up, I'm going to add some posts that go 2 blocks high. We're going to go from cobblestone walls up to an oak fence, and I'll throw some lanterns on top of these just to add a little bit of light. Next up, I'm going to get rid of this entire floor and replace it with some more slabs. Well, not slabs, but just spruce. I ended up going with some cobblestone and some mossy stone bricks just to split it up a little bit. Next up is the fun part of detailing. Oh, I almost fell off the edge right there. Well, the detailing is pretty much complete on this portion of the dock, besides a boat or 2, which means it's time to start working on another part of the dock, which I'm thinking should go right about here. With the first dock complete, it would give me a good reference point of what the other 2 need to look like, which means they pretty much need to look the exact same, with very subtle changes to bring out some detail. Moving quickly into the next building for this project, I want to build a crane, but not just any crane. I'm going to try building one that is diagonal, and building something diagonal is already really tough, so I'm going to make it even tougher by trying to do it with a crane. And for those who don't know, I suck at building cranes. Well, it was sort of a mega fail, so I'm going to stay away from diagonal cranes and give this another shot. After spending quite some time thinking about a better way to build this crane, I ended up just building it straight, and I'm glad I did because I'm actually really happy with how this thing turned out. Don't think I don't see you, because I do, and I'm coming for you. Take you out. Look at that hit. Power hit, another one. 2 hits and he's gone. We're not going to talk about the fact that this is unfinished, but the crane's completely finished, and honestly, I kind of want to build another, but on this side. I think I'm going to wait on that until we get the trading stalls built. I want to do a trading stall right about here, and then like 3 along this big strip of land. But first, I'm going to need some food, because I'm all out of it. Oh, this was risky. Okay. Oh, take some of this sugarcane out, grab myself some pumpkins, and oh my goodness, is this filled up again? All right, I'm going to let that be for now. Definitely got to build a bigger storage room for those farms. And the last thing I need is some eggs. Grab 4 stacks of these guys, and just like that, we have a fresh stack of pumpkin pie. Now for these trading stalls, I'm going to be using some colored wool. And luckily last episode, we built up this fully automatic wool farm. So I'm going to grab some light blue, definitely a bunch of white wool, going to grab some orange also, and then maybe some pink. Luckily, if I need any more, that thing has been producing like a lot. Not wasting any time here, I jumped into building these market stalls. Now so far, this build has been pretty repetitive looking. So to make this area really stand out, these few structures are going to have to be extremely detailed. And I'm making sure to use colorful wool for the roofs of these. It just gives it a bright and poppy look. One of the merchants is going to sell food, another one is going to be potions, and the last one has a little toolsmith area. And this is going to be a forgery. And oh man, do these things look good. But the building doesn't stop here. I still need to add in a nice fishing warehouse right about here. And then I also got to thinking about maybe putting in a bell tower and actually putting a bell at the top. And to make it really cool, we can actually hook up that bell to a daylight sensor. So every time it is nighttime or daytime, it will go off and we can hear it. So we know it's time to sleep or time to wake up. Oh yeah, let's get started with that. Jumping straight into building this bell tower, I had a good picture in my mind of what I wanted it to look like. Building up a brick base and then making sure to use a bunch of spruce and also adding in some yellow terracotta. I really want this fishing docks to have a lot of color to make it stand out from the rest of the world. Currently, there is no bell at the top, and I know we still need to do that, but once we're done doing a majority of the building on the fishing docks, we'll go through and detail everything. Following that, I jumped into building a small little home in the middle of the fishing docks, but it's not really going to be a home. I think it would be cool to have it like a nice little lodge where all the fishermen can meet. There might be a restaurant in there, and maybe some cool redstone ideas. But you guys will have to let me know down in the comments what to build. When it came to building the roof of this thing, I went a little crazy. I used some orange terracotta, some red sandstone, and also some copper, which I do need to throw some beeswax on it because it's gonna turn blue, which won't look very good. And then I added a small little fishing hub outside along with a sugarcane farm. Moving on, I still needed to build up the actual fishing warehouse. I had a template laid down of how I wanted it to look, but I started building and didn't really like it, so I scrapped the whole project and restarted. And I am so glad I did because this thing turned out amazing. Going for the terracotta and mud brick look with a spruce roof. And I kind of wanted it to look a little chaotic, so on the top, I decided to add another floor. Now, a majority of the building is done, but there is still 2 more buildings that we need to build. But first, let's see how cool this place looks looks with some shaders. I really like how the bell tower turned out, but I feel like it's missing something, and I feel like that could be some honeycomb blocks. I'm pretty sure honeycomb goes really well with some yellow terracotta, so it could be a good block to add a little bit more detail. So let's go head over to our auto honey farm that I definitely don't use enough. Oh yeah, I haven't been over here in so long. I mean, I never even finished the storage room, and the chest is completely full. Okay, let's just take like 4 stacks of that stuff. Do I have a crafting table anywhere? I guess not, so let's go craft them back at the fishing dock. Craft up as many of these as possible, and that was perfect. We got an exact stack. I have some dirt on me, so now we can just tower up and replace some of these blocks. But we don't want to do too many because it might get too chaotic. Okay, we can do one right there, maybe one there, one down there. We have a window. We can do one at the top of the window if you like that. Place these guys in. Okay, they're definitely brighter, but I think it'll still work. All right, let's jump back down and check this out. Oh yeah, definitely looks better. The blocks stand out a lot, but it does add more detail. Besides that though, the next building I want to add is a diagonal building. I was planning on putting it right here, but I think it might be better off if we actually change the angle and kind of do it right along the side of the crane. So let's gather all this stone up, and maybe we can start it, let's say right about here. Now, how close does this get to the crane? Okay, that's a little too close. So let's maybe move it 1 block over. Okay, that's definitely better. And our chest monster is definitely gonna get in the way too. All right, yeah, I think I like this. We're gonna need to put a building right here, or maybe even like a fountain or something, just something in the center of this fishing dock. And I also gotta make sure not to make this building too tall, or else it will kind of diminish the idea of the crane. All right, yeah, let's get started building this thing. Obviously with a time lapse though. This is definitely my biggest project yet in this world. I mean, the amount of detailing and building I've had to do has taken so long, but I absolutely love it. Obviously, I got the diagonal building all finished up, and I think it turned out perfect. It's not too big where it makes the crane look small, but it's not too small where it makes the crane look too big, if you know what I mean. I also got the beach all put together, which I think looks great just because it adds a little bit of color difference from the rest of this village. So far, a lot of the buildings have used a ton of spruce, and also the ground is really brown. So as I was building it, I kind of realized everything was kind of starting to mold together. So I think by adding this kind of beige beach, it really splits things up. Now with the majority of the building finished up, I need to go through and start detailing, which I've already started a little bit. I added in these barrel-like things, and I think it would be cool if we filled them with water and fish, so it looks like they're for sale. So let's see if we can maybe find ourselves some salmon or some cod. Okay, we got some salmon right there. Let's grab these guys. 1 fish. Okay, missed him. Come on, come on. Got 1. Okay, perfect. Well, I guess that's the first time I've gotten a fish in a bucket in this world. Something I also need to add in is a good staircase getting up from the bottom docks, because right now it's kind of a pain. Let's put 1 guy in there. Perfect. And another right here. And only 5 more to go. And I have the final fish, so let's throw him in here. Oh, and there's an Enderman. Let's get this guy. Come on, come here. I need your pearls. I need your pearls. Please give me 1. Yes! We are now 1 pearl closer to going to the end. I think I need like 2 or 3 more. Besides the fish though, I need to build 1 more pathway. And I got my rooted in coarse dirt, so let's start clearing this out and adding it back in. This pathway is going to take us right to the actual bell tower itself, while the one below goes underneath the bell tower, so then we can get to this side of the docks. Kind of like this. Oh, but I have no way back up there. I'm just gonna have to go like that and that and that. Okay, okay, still can't get over. Like that, perfect. When it comes to placing in these pathways randomly, I usually just go and spam blocks around like this, and then whatever is left over, I'll fill with the other block I'm using. Now, if you're using a multiple block palette, it might not work nearly as well, but for me, I'm just using 2 different types of dirt, so it works out pretty well. Now, I just need to get this last little gap and connect these guys together. Nope, not with stone, but with dirt. Perfect. And now the pathway is all connected up. Now I also collected up some raw salmon, and I have some item frames. And I think I'm just gonna place these throughout the village, or the docks. I keep getting the 2 messed up. I'm doing this just because I want to really signify that these are fishing docks, because obviously I keep calling it a village. I also have some candles, so I just want to place some of these guys in. I also have placed down a
few more, and I just gotta light them like that right there. Maybe place some on top of these posts just so we don't use lanterns again. Still pretty dark, so we're probably gonna actually need to use lanterns. But man, at nighttime, this thing looks awesome. There's definitely still a few dark spots, but I think I'm okay with it because it really gives it a dramatic look. Well, my friends, it is now daytime, and it's also time to end off the episode. I know it's been quite a long time since I've released a video, but I'm glad all of you guys have stuck with me along this period. I just kind of needed a little break from Minecraft, and I had tons of traveling to do over the December month. Although, I'm back now, and I am back for good. This episode took an absolute long time to make. I mean, not including the break that I took, but it also just took a while. Like I said, it is the biggest project I've worked on in this world, and I was kind of in over my head a little bit. I like these really big projects, but when it comes to this much detailing and building, sometimes it just kind of kills my motivation to work. But taking a good month and a half off, I am ready to jump back into it and keep this train rolling. So thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode, and also thank you guys so much for waiting for me, and I will see you in the next video.